So here's the thing I'll never understand. People have a legal problem and they need a legal solution, but insurance companies make you feel like you're the fool for wanting to have legal representation on your case. And for some, this might be the only time you ever get a lawyer to work on your case. This might be the only time you ever need a lawyer in your whole life. Probably the biggest thing you're ever going to deal with in terms of a real legal problem is going to be some type of insurance claim. It's going to be either you making a claim because your property got damaged, you making a claim because you got injured. And look, if you have all the money in the world and you don't need insurance money to make a claim, then so be it. But most people need to get legal representation for a legal problem because they can't afford to lose the kind of money that goes with the claim. They can't afford to be tens of thousands of dollars in debt over damage to their home. They can't be hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt due to getting medical care in the most expensive country in the world, it feels like, for medical care. And they need somebody else to pay for that, especially if that person is the one who caused the incident to begin with. And so in what world does it make sense where the insurance companies who make all the money because they take your premiums and they keep that money for themselves and they use it to invest into things that they want and keep the profits from those investments, and then hire people. They hire people who then fight you tooth and nail to pay you less on your money between adjusters, between defense lawyers. And get this, they can even have their own in-house counsel. Insurance companies have their own employees that are lawyers. Yes, you heard that right. If you have a Geico, if you have a State Farm, if you have an Allstate, they have employees that are lawyers that work for the insurance company. They don't work for a law firm. They work for the insurance company. They have enough money to hire their own personal lawyers instead of having to hire a private lawyer from a separate firm in some cases. And they want to tell you don't need a lawyer. You don't need a lawyer for this claim. You don't need to hire a lawyer. That's because they know when you hire a lawyer, you're evening the odds against what kind of representation you can get. You're evening the odds against them basically taking advantage. I had to check to see if that was cinnamon. I've done this before where pro tip, always check to see if you actually are using cumin and not cinnamon.